We do write a lot together, but we also will write, have sessions, co-writing sessions. There's a pretty amazing culture of co-writing here. People are pretty intentional about setting up those times. And that's what we have learned over the years, that most of the time, I mean, there are those moments, encounter moments with the Lord that maybe he'll plop a song into your lap and it's just like gold and perfect.
Yeah.
But I would say like 90% of the time, we are working really hard.
Yeah.
We're working to kind of dig into what the Lord is doing in our hearts, working out the lyrics so that it feels like it translates to the congregation, that it's singable. So it's a lot of work. I think people might listen to songs and think like they just had an encounter with the Lord and you know, it was all done in that session. But I mean, I Belong to Jesus is a good example of, we started with the bridge and rewrote the chorus like 5 times because it didn't feel right. It wasn't what we were wanting it to translate as. And so just kind of working, and you know, the more you work at it, the more you grow and get better. And we went to Nashville back in I don't even know how long now.
2015, probably 16.
And really we did like 10 co-writing sessions and got to see how they write there. And it kind of blew our minds how much it was like their job. But not in a negative light at all. Just like, wow, they are working hard at it. And so we've kind of taken that model into writing worship as well, of you know, stewarding what the Lord has given us. Because I think there's an expectation of almost like you're going to mess something up if you keep working on it. Like if you have a moment with the Lord, or at least the way I felt at first, like you have this moment with the Lord and you're kind of like, am I going to mess it up, or does he want me to do anything to it? But I feel like we have really changed our mindset into thinking it's more of a stewardship. And bringing other people into it is only adding, unless it's a bad co-writing session.
I think like Hannah said, I feel like we were kind of like amateur songwriters or hobby songwriters for a really long time. And even when we had songs like Jesus We Love You was on a record, and I still think we were like hobby songwriters. Like we'd write every now and again when we felt inspired. And then a lot of times it would be like sitting down in our room alone and being like, man, I suck at this and I hate this and I don't have any good ideas. And then going to Nashville really opened our eyes to, man, you have, if you want to be a songwriter, it's a lot of work. And it's like anything in life. If you want to be good at it, you have to give yourself to it. And so, seeing these people that honestly weren't even as talented per se, like writing with people in Nashville that couldn't even sing, but were crazy lyricists, or vice versa. But they had given themselves to a craft where they're like, I'm going to write inspired or not. And so I think we've learned that I feel like for me, especially, that inspiration comes the more that I do it, and not vice versa. And so going there for a week, and, you know, fear and perfectionism was really holding me back in songwriting. And so I went to Nashville thinking like, why am I in Nashville? I don't belong in the room with these guys. But then just getting sink or swim, thrown into the deep end, and realizing, oh, we're good at this. Oh, I actually love this. I'm just fear, and the fear of not being good at this has held me back from it. And so I think that was a really pivotal moment for us to go from, let's just write every now and again, to I'm throwing myself into this because I really want to do this. And like Hannah said, it is stewardship. And so, you know, there's like I think Francesca Battistelli has this plaque that said, this is not a hobby in relation to songwriting. Like, this is not something I just do for fun. This is something I feel called to. And so, you know, even other practical things like Jason Ingram, who's written every worship song, He was like, I don't know if you're a songwriter till I see your calendar. And that was that stuck with me all these years.